Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the YouTube channel. We are back with classic Doctor Who today, being episode 25, Sentence of Death. The fifth, is it the fifth? One, two, three, the fifth story of six in the Keys of Marinus storyline, the penultimate episode. Go check it out for yourself on BritBox, of course. Only 11 episodes, I think, left of the first season. Highly recommend it. It's a fantastic show, and obviously, the Doctor is back in this episode. So spoilers ahead, and of course, subscribe and like. Enjoy. This episode was brilliant, but also the acting was a bit obvious in the sense of who did the crime. So it ends off. See, episode 24 ended off with Ian being knocked out, framed for a murder, and the key being stolen by one of the soldier, well, this someone. So basically, this episode plays into the fact of he's going to be killed for his crime against killing the soldier. So the Doctor has to go on the stand and fight for Ian, and they have to find, clues and stuff. And we get to see the brilliance of how far the Doctor has come. I believe for myself, the Marco Polo story developed the Doctor into being a phenomenal character because you saw him, he was a bit grumpy-ish before then, and he's developed into this well-polished, perfect character. We haven't seen him in a couple of episodes now, but now he's back. You realize why you watch this show. His chemistry with Ian is the highlight, I think, of any Doctor I've ever seen. William Hartnell is brilliant, perfect. His detective skills, the way he pinpoints how things have happened, and the way he, fights for Chesterton, and how well they've developed, because they were on different pages the first time we ever met them. But the Keys of Marinus has been one of the funnest storylines because we've seen different races, different characters in different places, different scenery. And ultimately, this episode was so much different to the last one. There was a whole civilization here. There was people, there was libraries, there was soldiers. And, as the episode goes on, obviously Ian is innocent. We find out it's one of the soldiers, and it's the soldier that's been involved with the whole storyline, the person who found Chesterton at the crime. I thought it was brilliant, well done. And all I can say is, Barbara and Susan are drifting further off to the background. The other two characters are so likable. They work well with the Doctor and Ian. They bring some extra to the Doctor, to the world of these characters. Susan is just so meh. And obviously, she has been captured by the end of it, by the real person behind it, I think. I can't remember if he was involved or he was connected to someone else. But yeah, so hopefully he kills Susan. I'm joking. She's obviously involved in future episodes. But yeah, it was a great episode. I loved the court scenes. I loved how they worked out the crime. The Storm is looking for the key. That's the fifth key, I think. And then obviously they get the sixth key in the last one. I think they need one or two more keys until they can return to Adros, whatever his name is. He obviously was killed a few episodes back. So much to play on, so much to look forward to in this final episode, and the review will be out tomorrow or Monday, so stay tuned for that. And of course, go check it out because you will see chemistries like you've never seen before. They're relying solely on not using aliens as much back in the day. We've had Daleks, but now we've had mostly human beings in different, alien forms or on different planets or different sceneries or different groups or whatever it may be. And I think this is why Doctor Who was so popular back then, because it was fighting against real people, just like real life, whether it be a world war or a Cold War or whatever it may be. So these episodes resonate with, what I love about the world and the stories I've read. So some of the best Doctor episodes I've seen so far. I can't wait to watch the finale. I can't wait to see who the killer was, how they get the key, and ultimately what happens when they go back to the tower that has the force field around the TARDIS. Stay tuned for that episode, of course, and obviously we're almost there. I may run all the way through the rest of Doctor Who season 1 this week, get it out of the way, and then we can have a little hiatus, prep myself for season 2, and then bash myself through that. I think season 2 or season 3 has a lot of episodes missing. So I'll keep you informed on that and what the plans going forward. And there may be some episodes missing from season 1, so stay tuned for that as well when I make a video. So as always, subscribe and like. Go check it out for yourself on BritBox. One of the best Doctor Who stories so far. See you next one. Goodbye.